We're back with playwright and producer Susan Berardi, and joining us now is Sheila Charlton from Action for Autism. Thank you for joining us on set.
Thank you very much for having us.
So we were talking about in the first half, Susan, just everything about the play that's taking place this weekend, but 100% of the proceeds benefit Action for Autism. So tell me how this sort of partnership essentially came together.
Yeah, well, I've been involved with Action for Autism for several years now, as well as my husband. And I had the idea, the show had been written for a while, but we wanted to really make a difference in the city of St. Louis. The one thing that I love about Action for Autism is the money stays locally here in St. Louis. They operate within a 250-mile radius of the city, and all the money stays locally. So my mission of raising awareness in a fun and entertaining way really mirrored very well with their mission of trying to help children in need, families with autism in need.
Yes, yeah.
Action, speaking of your mission, please tell me more.
Action for Autism was founded in 2008 with the mission of not only educating people about autism and establishing more awareness, but also to help local families. Like Susan said, within a 250-mile radius of St. Louis. So we do fundraisers and various different events throughout the city to raise money and give that money to local families who have a child on the autism spectrum or with other special needs, so that they can receive therapies or equipment and that kind of thing. And we actually partnered with Howard Park Center, which is in Ellisville, in 2010, and have since been working with them and developing additional programs to help children with autism and with other special needs. So it just really fit well with what Susan and Al also had the same insight and the same desire to want to establish awareness and education, and also just to help local families that are struggling.
No, I think it's a clever idea that, one, you already had this idea, but then instead of just doing it on your own and saying, hey, I'm going to go to this theater and do this, that you actually partner with this organization. I mean, when we talk about stats and data, what is the current statistic when we look at children with autism?
Yeah, one in 68 children have autism. And one thing about this show and what Action for Autism does that I think is so intriguing is almost everyone is touched by autism in some way, because so many children are affected by it. So you may not have a child with autism, but you know someone who does, one of your best friends or your sister or brother or whatever. So the other thing about it is that we wanted to reach out to the fine arts community. You know, they had done a lot of things in other type of genres, but not really explored the fine arts. So Kirsten Wilder is our director. She's an award-winning director here in St. Louis. We've got a lot of great professional actors. Michael Perkins is one of the leading people in the play, as well as so many others that were involved with, like Shakespeare, and even George Clooney's Up in the Air. So we've got a really amazing show, and the actors are just phenomenal.
That's great. That's great. And how do you feel? I mean, this is, again, the third year that you've worked together. And you mentioned moving into the fine arts realm. I mean, how have parents and families responded to Susan's work?
Yeah, Sarah, it's been really well received. I mean, it's just such a new facet, a new area for us to get into. Like I said, we've done a lot of fundraisers. We do golf tournaments, we do galas and auctions and trivia nights and that kind of thing. But this was just a whole new venue, and so there's a whole new target audience that we're reaching out to and getting the awareness out there and getting that support and that donation and that whole base of donors that we can now tap into as well. And it's been great. We've really, really enjoyed working with Susan, and it's been amazing.
I think what's so interesting too is it does give a different voice, and it is such a different medium than I think you're used to seeing. You can watch documentaries, you can read material off of a website, you can go to the fundraisers, but you need sometimes different people relate to different stories and how it connects with them. I thought it was so interesting, you were telling me off camera that your son was actually the first actor to play the character Thomas the first year. So, I mean, how did, again, he respond to this, but even, again, the families respond to say, that's so great that someone with autism memorized all these lines and did a huge play.
Yes, and he was the lead role. He was the original Thomas. He was 12 years old at the time, on the spectrum, and he did not only an amazing job, but it was inspiring for the families, because look what someone with autism can do if we just give them a chance. He's going to be in this show too. He's playing the piano. He's playing the piano. He's a pretty phenomenal piano player. So we try to get kids on the spectrum involved in any way we can to show people just give them a chance and see what they can do.
It's fantastic. A very talented family, obviously. No. So the information is there right there on the screen, August 8th through 10th. Go check it out. Really, just a lot of hard work has gone into this. It's quite interesting and really fascinating. And 100% of the proceeds benefit Action for Autism. For more information, just head to the website, thevioliniststl.org. And thank you both so much for being here, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you
for having us.
All right. Well, there's more STL TV Live coming up after this, so please stay tuned.
Don't want